Morning, everyone. We're live. Wanted to go on yesterday, but for whatever reason, my internet was not being the best to me. A few questions came in. So, first one, let me just pull them up here. Says, I'm seeing a lot of 499 listings. Are they legitimate? Actually, yeah. So there have been a lot more listings under that 500,000 mark. One thing that we have been noticing more than like in the last few months is a lot more offer dates are coming back, and it's a combination of where the market's at, try to get a lot of attention. We have seen offer dates happen, and then maybe the property doesn't sell, and then they end up just relisting at the price that they want. But yeah, definitely have been seeing a lot more properties in the like just under that 500,000 price point and collecting offers. That being said, there are a few, not a ton, but there are some properties under that price point, mostly studios, but you might get the very odd one bedroom. Um, Mostly studios in that under that $500,000 price point, which back in February, March was over 500,000. So now that we're in that range, and we're seeing properties sell in the 400s. And Urbanation report actually said that there was 38% more sales in the 400 to 500,000 range than September. So that was from September to October. I imagine from October to November probably be relatively similar or flat, because we've seen prices kind of like start to stabilize a little bit, at least in the downtown core. So that's something that we've been seeing lately on the market. Next question: whose responsibility is it to fill out the Ontario lease? So the Ontario lease is actually something that gets filled out by the landlord. So the landlord fills that out. It's their responsibility. They're the ones who will make sure that it's given to the tenant on move-in. And if it's not given to the tenant, actually there is thanks for turning on the lights. If it's not given to the tenant, then there is something where the tenant can actually withhold rent for a certain period of time. So something to check out on the landlord tenant board website, but it is the responsibility of the landlord. Get it all the time. If you're doing leases and the listing agent says, okay, hey Mike, you're the tenant agent. Can you fill out the Ontario lease? It's the landlord's responsibility. And the other thing too is, like, there's a lot of information on there that the landlord has, and as a someone representing the tenant, I wouldn't have that information to fill out the forms properly. So something that the landlord is to fill out and send it over to the tenant promptly, so that there's no delay in payment. And if you're representing landlords, so when I represent my landlords, it's something that we go through together, make sure that it's completed properly, and then we can send it over to the tenant's agent to get it signed, so that it's done before move-in, so that there's no delay in payment, nothing like that. So it's number two. Let's see, number three. Oh, I lost it there. Number three. Oh, where'd it go? Number three. Okay, here. When you stage properties, who puts in the staging? Yeah, great question. So when you are staging properties, the staging company does the heavy lifting, and that's their that's why you hire them to come to the property. They generally come in for a consult. That means they'll come in, check out the property, and kind of create a list of, or an idea of, what they want to do with the property. If the property is already furnished, so for example, if sellers are living there, then they'll talk about maybe either decluttering some things or working with what they have, different things like that. So that's number one. Number two, so, or if it's tenanted, for example, they can maybe give some recommendations, things like that. But if it's vacant, they come in clean slate, and they can do their thing top to bottom. Then we set a date. They'll show up, usually with a truck, and start loading things out. They set everything up. A recent property I just had in Richmond Hill, the stagers, they were awesome. April, shout out to you. Detail staging, and they so she came in with her team. They set everything up, everything from photos, plants, all of it. You're talking like bathroom soaps, coffee machines, everything top to bottom in the entire property, every single room, fully staged to the point where it's really like exactly how it needs to be for someone to see the potential of the property. So yeah, definitely something that really is important now in listing a property. I think most agents are doing it now, or at least they should be. But yeah, so that's it. So that's the process. And then once the property is sold, you let the stager know. Typically, the contract's for about 30 days. If it doesn't sell within 30 days, you can extend that. If it does sell, then that's when the stager will come and just take all their stuff out. So it's really like a well-oiled machine, and a really solid process there. So yeah, that's it. Hey, everybody, good morning. If anyone has any other questions, happy to answer them. If not, we're going to log off, and I hope everyone has an awesome day.